is in front of us, but I do want to first thank God for our ancestors, because there was a time when we sat in kingly seats, and then we went into a time of slave seats, and so now we're out. So we have to teach each other that the chains are off. We might don't recognize it, but we don't have chains on us no more.
That's right.
So it's a lot that we have to address, but I taught about 20 years ago at the age of 7. We gotta make sure I was 27.
Yeah, okay.
But about 20 years ago, what I did was, might have been between 20 and 30 years ago. So what I did was, I took, I was in real estate, and I took a group of people. So what I did was, I took people that was on programs. They was on welfare and Section 8 and different programs. And I showed them, I said, look, this is what we're gonna do. I want you all to go find 2 or 3 people. Go get your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your brother. First thing that we have to learn as a people, we don't have to like each other, but could we just love each other? And if we take each other and say, we would all agree that every one of us need a roof over our heads. Okay.
The first thing.
That's the first thing. Let's recognize that we need a roof over our head. And then, so let's do it the smart way. So what I did was, I took them and I said, this is what we're gonna do. I want y'all to go and get the cousin, your mother, your grandmother, your sister, or your friend, right? And just get about 3 of you guys. Now, this is the key. I want one of them or 2 of them to have a program. So I want them to be in the system, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna start aiming to get us out of their system. And what we don't realize is that we think they gave us something, but they didn't. What they did was they found a way how to keep us down. And so while they got us thinking they gave us something, and we so busy thinking that we didn't beat the system because we got something for free, but you didn't get anything for free. What you got was a way how to keep you underneath and down, and they taught you how to never get ahead. So if you get in the system, they can keep you in the system. And so we all know about the Willie Lynch thing. It was like, if we just keep us against one another, the tall against the short and the light against the dark, and we can keep us down, then they got us covered. They said, listen, I promise you, we'll keep them down for 400 years. So what we're trying to do is take their system and now work against it. So everything they taught them to do, if we do the opposite, we win. So now I said, okay, so if we got one is on Section 8 or one is on welfare, and then the other one is working. So I want you to go find at least 1 or 2 of y'all that got a job, right? This is the way the system works. If you go to the bank, this is what happens. You go get a 3-family house. If you go get a 3-family house, right, the first thing they have to do is recognize that every apartment is an income. So back then when I started and I was doing this, you could have got a studio or 1 bedroom for like $500. Well, Section 8 is paying $2,000 for a studio now, but we're talking about back then. When you could have gotten, so you take that and you say, okay, if you go get you a 3-family house, and this is a 3-bedroom, 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 or 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, right? Then this is what happens. On a 3-family house back then, you look and see what your mortgage was gonna cost. 1 apartment is gonna pay for your mortgage. So that makes your other 2 apartments free and clear. So now you take the one that's in the system, we're gonna pull them out the system. So I did this. I took my sister and said, I said, you're gonna come and work for my real estate company, my older sister. I said, you come and work for the real estate company, and you're gonna go get your real estate license. You're gonna be an agent, I'm the broker, you're gonna come in. And now what we're gonna do is this. You on Section 8. But guess what? We're gonna get the property. And what we're gonna do is that the one that's getting on welfare and they're getting Section 8, we're gonna teach them how to come up off of that. Because now we're gonna go get a property and we're gonna take these people and they're gonna become owners now. And so you gotta get one person that has enough love to say, guess what? I love you enough to help you come out the system. So we got to teach each other how to help each other come out from underneath the hand that is killing us.
Can you say that again, please?
Say that again, right?
Teach one another to come from underneath the hand that is taking us down.
Yeah.
So now we got to love them enough love to say, listen, this is how we're going to do it. Come up with our own plans for ourselves instead of taking these plans that are burying us.
Yeah.
Because their plan is, we're going to pay for you to live.
Yeah.
Well, do you really think you're living for free?
No.
See, you're not living for free. Because now you have given them authority to keep you down. You're not living for free. Now just imagine if you went and got the property, right? And just say that, you know what, your mortgage might be, let's use some numbers nowadays. So say your mortgages might be $2,000, right? Well, if Section 8 is paying $2,000 for a studio, don't you think that's paying for your mortgage? Right? So now, but you got these other 2 apartments, right? So now, guess what? The other person over here, they're paying $2,800 for a 3-bedroom. So now you take the other person that's on Section 8, right? And you give them the 3-bedroom apartment. If you give them the 3-bedroom apartment, there's $2,800 coming in extra. Now you got another apartment, right? So now the other apartment is a 3-bedroom. There's another 28. So you're about $6,000 ahead of the game, right? So if you $6,000 ahead of the game, don't you think that's enough coming in to get the 2 people on Section 8 up off of Section 8? Because now you got $6,000 coming in. Well, let's create a company or something with the $6,000. And now, instead of you working for the people that's holding you down, now you got some money coming in to create your own business. It's called entrepreneurship. So now, if you and you are coming in and you got this coming in and that coming in, what about we take your 2 rents and call this property our company? And now we own our own company. A year of that coming in, guess what we got? That's $6,000 times 12 months. Now, do the numbers. See, do the numbers. So now we take these 2 people that was in the system and take them out the system by the next year. Now, we pull you out the system, you out the system. Now we got 3 people we took out the system. And these are 3 people that was in the system. Well, you no longer have to be in the system no more, because not only do you own your own company, but you own the property too. Now, do you really need their money? But see, they want you to stay in the system because guess what happens? The system is now keeping them on top while they keep you down.
Oh, yeah.
But we have to learn how to go into ownership, because as long as you are renting, you are homeless, because you don't own the home.
That's right.
You homeless. So we have to teach each other how to own instead of being homeless. If you renting, you're homeless. Because there's always a way how to get you out the home. And you have to take the control. Remember, anybody read the 48 laws of the power, 48 laws of power? Okay. So you gotta learn where your power lies, right? And so you have to learn how to control and always stay in control. And you're not in control if you are renting, and you don't have to rent, because you, if you got 3 of you guys that are renting, right? That means you got 3 incomes. So why can't you take your income, and your income, and add it all up together, and now all 3 incomes now is now being able to go in and own a home. So you got the 3 money y'all 3 own, plus the 3 apartments that's the income. So you take this income, your income, put them together. That's how much money y'all make. Now you take that to the bank and say, we buying this property and here's our income. And now you taking each other and taking you into ownership. And you have to come up with, see, a syndication is 5 people that come together, right?
Okay.
So that's a syndication. If you can get 5 people to come together on a plan, you have a syndication. And so we have to learn how to make moves that will pull us out of their system. And we have to learn that we don't want them giving us nothing. They're not giving you anything. You think you're getting something. You're not getting anything. What do you think projects are? It's a project. They use you for a project. And so they built these things and piled everybody up on top and put you in it and called it a project. You are a project. So you have to come from underneath the project. Get yourself out of their system. Because as long as they have you in your system, they are directing your value. I worked in a telephone company years ago. I was 17 years old when I worked in a telephone company. And so I was going to college, working full-time in the telephone company and taking 16 credits a semester. So I was doing full-time college and full-time school, right? And so I worked there, and about 14 years after working in the telephone company, I looked up and I said, wait a minute, something wrong with this picture. There's 4 of us in this department. We're pulling in $4 billion, it was $3 billion of revenue. No, what am I saying? It was $33 billion of revenue. I was working in optic services in the telephone company. It was 4 of us pulling in $33 billion. I looked at that and I said, wait a minute. 1994, I'm only bringing home I'm bringing home after they take out taxes $1,161 a week. I said, wait, something is wrong with this picture. What in the hell? They getting $33 billion. I'm only bringing home $1,161 after they took out taxes. I said, oh no, this is crazy. So I said, no. I said, wait a minute. I said, so I'm bringing you $33 billion and you valuing me at $1,161. I said, the value, they're not valuing me at where I saw I needed to be valued. So I told myself, I said, honey, you're going to have to figure out what do you really want to do, and then become the thing you want to do and create your own money. Because right now, they are only valuing you at $1,161 and you bringing them $33 billion. I said, something's wrong with this picture. You have to come up out of this, and you're going to have to see yourself for something more powerful than this. So I decided, you know what? I'm quitting. Now, I'm not going to lie.
How long ago was this?
I didn't know this was back in 1994. I said, I don't know where I didn't even have nothing I was going into, but I looked at what I knew I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. So first of all, let's just think. First of all, know where you're going and know what you want. That's number one. So we need to know what we want and where we going. We got a problem. We don't know what the hell we doing, where we want. When we go to college, we taking liberal arts. Well, then what the hell is liberal arts? So it's like you don't know what. So we need to know what our purpose and destiny is. I teach that as a minister. I teach that. What did you come to the earth to do? Well, if you don't know, go seek God. What is your purpose? What did God bring you on the earth to do? So get to knowing your purpose and destiny. You need to know what you came to the earth to do, because you definitely wasn't created to not know who you were and what He sent you to the earth to be. So you need to know what was you sent on this earth to do and be, and then get with it and get at it and get in it. Because you need to know, what did God bring you here to do? Because you wasn't just created for nothing. We all got a purpose and destiny. We need to know what it is. We need to know what did God breathe life in us for and create us and then bring us through the womb on this earth for. What was it for? Get that so that you know what that is. Figure out what your talent is. Everybody is gifted and talent in something. What is your gift? What is your talent? Where's your strength lies? Okay, so you know what your strength is, right? Now figure it out and pull it together. Okay, now you got to get around people with kindred spirits that know what they doing, what they want, where they going, and you all come together. That's exactly what we're doing right now.
That's right. That's
what
right.
we
Amen.
We all coming together and we're sitting there figuring out, okay, we already figured out we got a problem. Ma, you know what the little kids say? Ma, there's a problem. He in the bathroom, right? He can't get his belt off quick enough. He's pissing on his house. Ma, it's a problem. We got a problem, Ma. So we need to understand we got a problem. We don't know what the hell we doing, where we at, where we going, right? So we sitting in this circle because we all figured out we as a people, brown people, we got a problem, right? Why they taking our properties? And why we losing it? Why we look in the community? We already know who owns the delis, who owns this, who owns that. The only thing they ever connected us to is selling drugs. So we gotta figure all this stuff out. And before we can help one another to get to where we at, we gotta figure out that we got this situation. So we come in and we gotta figure out, okay, what's our problem? Where we at? We got to figure out how we thinking and all this and pull it all together. And then we come together and say, okay, look, let's get rid of selfishness because we got to help each other. We got to kill it now. We got to kill it because we got to help each other, right? We going to have some chiefs and some Indians. Don't worry about it. Everybody is a servant. I'm a minister, but I'm a servant. I serve the people. I'm a servant of God. He brought me on the earth to serve His people. I'm here to help God get done what He wants on this planet. I understand it. So now we come together and we say, listen, she said, I gotta move. I need an apartment. And she need an apartment. Well, Jesus Christ, if there's 3 of us in here that need an apartment, look to me like y'all need a house.
Amen.
So if y'all need a house, then guess what? Okay, how much you make? How much you make? Okay, well, let's do this. We all figured out we need a roof over our head. And we figured out we need a house. So this is what we're going to do. This how much I make. How much you make? You make this. Don't worry about who make the most, who make the less. Listen, the whole aim is to get a profit. So it's like, okay, we take this one, and this one. And we pull it all together. And now we going in saying, I make this, I make this, I make this. Okay, now let's find out. Let's find us a piece of property where it's got 3 apartments. So these is 3 different incomes. So these 3 incomes were what we make. We set to go. But can we get to the point to realize and understand that we're aiming for this thing? This is going to set us free. See, they talking about you got to learn the things that's going to set you free to get ahead with life. And then find the people that are kindred spirits that think the way you think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Boost.
You become what you think and what you say. So we have to come together and understand this thing so we can help each other get ahead. We might have the person, and guess what? They came up with however they ever came up, and the furthest that they ever got, they didn't get through school. They didn't get a chance to even finish high school, right? But guess what? They didn't get there, but you know what? My dad only went to the 4th grade. He came up in the South. Right now, he would be about 97 if he was still living. He came up in the South, you know what? He was in North Carolina, and he decided he can't keep sitting over here stealing these people's sweet potatoes out their ground, and he'd go in there and steal the sweet potatoes and stuff, and he's hungry and he like to eat. So he came up here at 14 years old. No education whatsoever. But what he knew was that he needed finances in order to get ahead. So he taught himself the best way he can to get ahead with life. But I learned something from him. He had somebody with no education. My father became very, very wealthy. He worked at Realestate Casino. He went and got him a job, right, as a tailor. And he did and hustled and did what he had to do. But the key is that he married my mother, who was a woman that had education. So he watched us while she went to college at night and worked in the daytime.
That's good. That's
So this is what we have to do with one another. So if we get with one woman that she messed around and had 5 men with 5 babies, okay, we ain't gonna hold it to it. We understand. We all make these kind of situations. But how about we teach her how to stop sleeping with don't sleep with not another man, don't have no more babies. Let's just get you over here so we can help get these babies fed and everything. So now I'm gonna give you something to do. Stop sleeping with, don't sleep with nothing else right now. Don't sleep with another man. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna help educate you. So we know you didn't get through high school. That's all right, no problem. We're going to teach you what we can teach you. We're going to all work together. But while you working together, I'm going to put you in position of ownership. So this is how we put you in ownership. Right now, we know you ain't getting nothing but some welfare if they got that going on anymore, the way they cut these programs. But, okay, we know you getting a program because you would not be able to even be taking care of these 5 kids. But we know you can't find all 5 of them baby fathers. So we like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring you on board because you do got something. You got this money that they holding you down with. But how about we use it in your favor? And so it's your money that you getting for the apartment that's going to pay the mortgage. Because we're going to rent the apartment to you. But you going to be in position because you called the silent partner. You see, we making you the silent partner, right? Now, so you got an income, is the one they holding you down with, but we're going to make you a silent partner. We're going to show you how to use what they doing to flip it for yourself. And then you'll be able to drop that off and come on, and now you're an owner and an entrepreneur. But we have to teach them how to become it. So we are learning and we're teaching, and we're going to start coming together to help each other to get ahead. I had no idea I was going to be doing this tonight, but I'm always ready because God told us, he said, if you lack wisdom, ask for it. He said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. So you know what? He said, listen, all you got to do is ask me. I'm going to teach you. I'll say, well, if you don't have the wisdom, let me teach you the wisdom. So I really tip my hat to Radio Raheem, Rodney D's. I put on my thing today that I had dinner with Rodney. I didn't know. I said, what the hell is Rodney, Janard? And I asked him, Rodney, I don't know, but I had got this paper, the thing he sent me on an email. And so I said, oh my God, and then it dawned on me, and I said, you know what? Let's come together. I ministered to tens of thousands of people at a time. And I said, but you know what? How about we come together, right? And help each other now. Let's help each other to, believe it or not, this us right here, this is a huge company. This is a huge company. If we took every single, this thing, if we took your salary, your salary, your salary, your salary. Now remember, you don't have to have no job, but guess what? If you're in a program, you paying rent, that's your salary. Trust me, that's your salary.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take you. We're gonna take all our salaries. If we take all our salaries, right, add it all up and put it on the table, do you know how much we work?
Wow.
Do you know how much we work? So now we go in and we used to do LLCs, but this will be a whole nother class. But now we changing over to S corporations because that it is better on your taxes now. It used to be LLCs, but the tax laws and everything changed. So S corporations is much better now as far as tax is concerned. So we built one of these. Now we can look at this big old team right here. We set for all of us to come together. This is what he gathered when he pulled all of us together, because it's going to help every single one of us to come together and be such a blessing. And I'm so glad that I came tonight, because now we are a step ahead from we was before we stepped in the room. So